Yes, guys! Welcome to your Ipswich versus Chelsea preview here on the channel. And this is the big one. Going into this weekend, we are fourth. We could drop down to sixth if results don't go away. The games what are happening this week will affect us are Man City versus Palace, Newcastle versus United, who we do play before actually. And also, Bournemouth versus Fulham is a slight one in terms of it affecting us, but that's on Monday night. Assuming we do go and win against Ipswich, that won't really be much harm. Fulham are thing we should be looking out for, though. If we do somehow drop points this weekend, and if Fulham win, there's a chance they go above us. So, those 3 games, excluding ours, are huge. We need to win this weekend. Maresca in the press conference today did get asked a few questions about strikers such as Jackson and Delap. He rates Delap very highly, as said in the press conference. And his ideal striker incoming for the summer would be a Jackson type striker, one who causes issues for the opposition back line. The ones who make runs in behind the defence, the ones who affects the attacking build-up in a positive way. That's the type of striker Maresca wants this summer. Delap is someone who he appreciates, who he rates highly internally. But he did also state that he's our opponent this weekend. So the only focus now is the game on Sunday. He also got asked in the post-match interview on Thursday about Tyreek George and Josat Champong. He spoke of them really highly. He apparently fell in love with Josat Champong after his amazing performance against the Warsaw on Thursday night, so we could see a start for him this weekend. He also likes Tyreek George as a player. Could we see some more minutes for him this weekend? Probably not. But Josat Champong is someone who we should be seeing a lot more going into the running of this season. He didn't really get asked much else in the post-match, in the pre-Ipswich press conference. No new injury updates. Mark Yu is set to return before the end of the season. Same with Lavia. Wesley Fofana is out till after the Club World Cup. Nothing new there. McKenna came out in the conference today and said that Chelsea is going to be one of the best teams in the coming years. He says that we've apparently built a formidable, young, really good squad. Now, whether it's all Bond, that's the question, but he rates us highly. He was obviously linked to the Chelsea job back in July, but we went with Maresca. Now, how do I think we'll line up? Yeah, Sanchez, Maresca did also confirm that Sanchez is our Premier League goalkeeper, our number 1 goalkeeper. Jorgensen, number 2, so that's Conference League, because we're only in the Conference League, obviously. Club World Cup, I'll go into all that in another video, since there are some inside news, because I got sources close to, but whatever. Anyways, Sanchez in goal. I do think we'll go with a back line of Colwill, and I'm going to say Tossin. Or, I think Colwill Tossin or at Champong Colwill. I don't think we'll go with Badiashile. I don't think we'll start with we don't really have anyone else in terms of centre-backs who's fit to start. So I do think we'll go for a Colwill Tossin back line or at 7 Cornwall. There's a chance Buddy still starts, but he did play 90 minutes on Thursday, so I do doubt he'll play 90 minutes again on Sunday. So that basically rules him out. So I do think we'll go with a Cornwall tossing back line, or we'll give at Sempong another start on Sunday. At fullbacks, I think it'll be Kukurea, and I also think it'll be Reece James or Gusto. We did start both on Thursday, so it just depends on which one Maresca wants to start. I do think he'll start Gusto at right back though, because Reece James has started 2 games in a row. In the midfield, I think he'll go for Enzo Caicedo 100%, Palmer in the 10. Palmer did start on Thursday night, but he did come off after 45 minutes. So that is showing signs that he'll probably start on Sunday for 90 minutes, or he'll come off for Kieran and Dewsbury Hall, who, as you know, I rated highly after the Legia Warsaw game. I think on the wings, he'll go for I think he'll go for a Madueke Sancho pairing, or like a Madueke Neto, Madueke George. I think Madueke starts though. Against Ipswich, Madueke could be really good, because Ipswich play with a decently high line. They don't really play too deep, but they do play with a line of 5 against the bigger clubs. So Madueke could be quite good. We need players to be able to make runs, but like behind the actual defensive line and getting behind. So I think Madueke suits this game perfectly. Up front, obviously Nico Jackson. In terms of other stuff, I think score prediction wise, it'll be a 3-0 Chelsea win. Nico Jackson with 1, and let's go with Madueke and Palmer. I think Palmer gets on the score sheet for the first time in 13 games. He's not registered a goal since we lost to Fulham back on Boxing Day. In terms of other stuff, what are non-related to the preview? Because obviously I run a news account on Twitter. To my understanding, Chelsea do still rate Sesko pretty highly. But he is not their number 1 target, as they see him as a backup, but their main target is Delap. They like Delap a lot due to his ability to cause havoc. To anyone's back line, his ball striking, and they really rate how his first season went as a proper starting number 9. He's only 21 years old, he has room to grow. He'll only cost 30 million if Ipswich get relegated, and the wages won't be too high. Hence why Chelsea would rather go for Liam Delap, because if they did go for a Sesko or a Osimhen or a Gyökeres, or even a Ekitike, who Frankfurt rate at 80 million euros, there won't be much of a financial risk of a loss. Because what could happen is if they go for a Sesko, who's rated at 60 million euros, a Gyökeres rated at 60 to 75 million euros, or even a Osimhen, who's rated at 80 million euros, 65 million euros, which is 55 million pounds, obviously, euros to pounds. If they do have a poor first season in the Prem, a poor few seasons, a poor time at Chelsea in terms of form and playing time and stuff, then it's basically not going to be as easy to make profit if it doesn't work out. Where if you spend £30 million on Delap, it's easy to remake because you're most likely going to get pure profit off Liam Delap. In terms of defensive reinforcements, we are still linked to Dean Hulson from Bournemouth. We do have slight interest in Zabani. We also have interest in a few other names Thomas Araujo is someone who they really like. Antonio Silva is someone who they really like from Benfica. So we definitely do have links with some defenders. According to people close to the club, they are going to be keeping 2 goalkeepers, loaning out Penders, selling 1. This will all be they will all be giving game time in the Club World Cup at some stage. People close to Maresca, outside of pressers and stuff, do believe that he's not fully happy with the 2 goalkeepers he has, especially after Sanchez has made the most mistakes in the league this season, although that he does have the highest save percentage in the league for this season alone at a astonishing 74.9%. Behind him is Mark Flecken at 73.8. This is you can search this up on the Premier League app/website, or you can use StatBox on Twitter, but if you want to check, you can use your Premier League app/website as it tracks all the stats. This is a must-win game for us, a must-win game for Ipswich. So I do think this will be a good game. Make sure that you are here on Sunday, as this is getting filmed on Friday, so I'm just going to say Sunday, but you know what I mean, for the post-match review after the Ipswich game, right after it. So yeah, make sure you're there for that. Also, Monday, something interesting is going to be coming out. Obviously, I didn't upload on Friday or today when I'm filming, of course. But yeah, for Monday there'll be a mix of interesting content. And on Tuesday, make sure you are here for the Champions League review from that night, and also same for Wednesday. Thursday, obviously, we have Legia Warsaw, so you'll be getting a double upload on Wednesday, which is going to be fire. I love uploading. I love visual content. I hope you do enjoy it as well. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this with a friend, and your boy is out. Peace!